Hello. Right, I've actually just done one of these already, but with the sound turned off, which was quite stupid. Right, I'm going to do a Tumblr accent video, so I haven't done this before, mainly because it takes ages to upload. But because I was supposed to be going out tonight, but I have a cold, so I'm staying in, I thought I can be bothered to wait. So, your name and username. I'm Fern, and my username is Exit Pursued by Ninjas, which I thought was actually quite witty at the time, but now I have to live with it. Where you're from, Derbyshire, in the middle of England, where nothing happens. It does have its own accent, but I can't seem to do an impression of it, which makes me believe that perhaps I have one. I'm not sure. Pronounce the following words: aunt, roof, root, theatre, iron, salmon, caramel, fire, water, New Orleans, pecan, both, again, probably Alabama, or Alabama. I don't know. Lawyer, coupon, mayonnaise, court, naturally, aluminium, gif, tumbler, crackerjack, doorknob, envelope, and then 4 random letters, which seem to appear under certain pictures, but I don't know why. Okay. What is it called when you throw toilet paper on a house? Well, we don't do that here because we're not barbarians, but I believe that it is known yonder the pond as TPing as a verb. What is a bubbly carbonated drink called? Eric or Phil? I don't know. That's really bizarre. I mean, it could be lemonade or Coke or ice cream soda. Or, well, I liked somebody's suggestion that it should be a gin and tonic when mixed properly. Okay. What do you call gym shoes? Trainers. What do you call your grandparents? Well, I have one grandparent, and I call her Grammis. That's not a regional thing. I just made it up when I was 3 because my gran didn't want to be called Gran because she thought it made her sound old. Although the interesting fact here, which isn't really very interesting, the Grammis Awards are the Swedish equivalent to the Grammys in the West. What do you call the wheeled contraption in which you carry groceries at the supermarket? Word fail. God. I call it all manner of things depending on the context, especially if it has a wonky wheel, in which case it would be a bastard wagon or a wank basket, but I think everyone basically knows they're called trolleys. What is the thing you change the TV channel with? The Prodder, the What's It, or the Ooja Flip? Choose a book and read a passage from it. Right. This is Jay McInerney. Bright Lights, Big City, which I'm currently obsessed with, just slightly. Okay. The candour was infectious. It spread back to the beginning of your life. You tried to tell her, as well as you could, what it was like being you. You described the feeling you'd always had of being misplaced, of always standing to one side of yourself, of watching yourself in the world, even as you were being in the world, and wondering if this was how everyone felt. That you always believed that other people had a clearer idea of what they were doing, and didn't worry quite so much about why. You talked about your first day of school. You cried and clutched her leg. You even remembered how her plaid slacks felt, the scratchiness on your cheek. She sent you off to the bus. She interrupted her to say she wasn't much happier than you were, and you hid in the woods until you saw the bus leave and then went home and told her you had missed it. So Mum drove you to school, and by the time you got there you were an hour late. Everybody watched you come in with your little note, and heard you explain that you missed the bus. When you finally sat down, you knew that you would never catch up. So that's a nice bit of depressing stuff there. Okay, do you think you have an accent? I don't know whether I do, unless I'm talking to someone who has, because I basically have this really embarrassing habit of imitating people's accents while talking to them. and I can't help it at all. It can give a really bad first impression, actually, because there's this one person who it was my first day of sixth form. I had to sort out some forms, and this guy sort of asked. He had a very strong Brummie accent, and he asked me to sort out some forms, and I said, "All right," and he's never let me live it down. So, I mean, luckily, yes, he seemed to match his accent in most ways, so it wasn't a problem. Right. Be a wizard or a vampire? I would definitely be a wizard, because choosing to be a vampire is really stupid, and I hate Twilight. So I'd be constantly having to live that down, whereas wizards have quite a good image from Harry Potter and etc. And you might get a staff, and I'd quite like one of them, because you can whack people. Anyway, which house at Hogwarts would you like to be in? Which house would you actually be in? I was actually sorted into Slytherin. I think I probably would end up there, because basically I don't think there can be such thing as an evil house. Obviously, the Harry Potter books were written from the point of view of a Gryffindor wizard, and I went to a school that had a massive rivalry with another school, not like in a sort of academic way, more like in like the we'll turn up to your school at lunch and beat the shit out of some of your people sort of way. And like my brother then ended up going to the other school, and you realise that there's no such thing as an evil school. There's no such thing as an evil house. I think they were given vastly unfair representation in the books, and especially the films, where they all get sent to the dungeon, which is just horrendous. But I also reckon that Slytherin would have the best sense of humour. Do you have a phobia? If so, do you know its scientific name? Yes, coulrophobia, because I fucking hate clowns. I'm also scared of the dark, and also scared of biting into something and it having like a rock in it. I don't think that's a scientifically recorded phobia. What is one unusual fact about yourself? I haven't got a clue. There's not really much unusual about me. I have really small hands, and I am a guitarist, so that's interesting. Do you know anyone on Tumblr in real life? Yes, I know Simon, Thomas, Georgia, April, and a couple more. But there's probably some people that I know on Tumblr that I know in real life, but I don't know that I know them on Tumblr. Or maybe the other way around. Well, I don't know how that works. But anyway, end a post by saying any 3 words you want. Sponge, grist, and spoon. There. Right. And now just to end the post, which is going to be interesting because I don't know how to turn this off. No. 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 Ah, where have you gone? Ah, hello. Not that button. That would be a bad move. Ah, this one. Bye!